I really wanted to do something a little bit different when I was creating my comics. I wanted to make it a little bit easier to be able to draw things at a faster pace because my output at the moment is kind of medicinal when it comes to the comic pages, and mainly that's because I put way too much detail in the drafts slash sketches of the comic pages themselves. So I wanted to try it out on an actual comic page that you could actually read over on scionxawakening.com. You can see the comic page that I am currently working on. That's an actual comic page that I put out where I use the skip step method to make it a little bit quicker to draw the pages. Now, I didn't do this for all the other comic pages, just this one. I wanted to test it out, see if people really notice and whatnot. And I didn't want to do it as a harder page because A, doing a new style for a Zeph, and B, I'm not used to it. So I didn't want to like have like a bunch of mess ups when doing it. So I tried it on a relatively easier page where it's just like side angle, bust shot, and then another type of angle in which I partake in drawing. I really liked how this turned out, to be honest though. It made it really easy for me to go through, like skipping the step uh of adding details saved me probably like 30 minutes because I usually do a base sketch, then I do another sketch with more detail, and then I do the final sketch over that more detailed sketch. So it adds up. Those little bits add up over time. And if you're doing like a bunch of pages, like my comic pages are usually from like 15 to 30 plus pages. So it allows you to save a lot of time in the long run. Like I said, like anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes of extra time is just saved by doing the skip step. So I will definitely be doing it as a constant recurring thing in the future. But as of now, I still need to practice a lot when I'm doing the skip step. I really like, again, I really like how it turned out, but I really need to practice more. Ultimately, I do want to do the entire thing, just like skip it. And what I mean by that is I want to be able to draw. Oh, I can do it at the moment, but I want to do it more consistently where I just draw straight out the final image, like ink straight out the final image. No roughs or anything. Have the image in my head and just draw it straight out. I believe that's the goal for like most artists, to be completely honest. Uh, and there's a lot of great artists that do that at the moment. I want to be able to do that for my comic because that will allow me to actually get things out like a hell of a lot quicker than I currently do as of now. One of the things I did find a little bit interesting when I was doing the skip step method is that I found myself erasing a lot more because I didn't have that draft to like scale things out. Uh like that more detailed draft or sketch to scale things out a little bit better. So I just was editing things to make sure it fits everything correctly how it's supposed to fit everything. So that's one thing I need to work on is just visualizing the scale from the get-go or drawing things to scale from the get-go so I don't have to edit that said scale. Uh it will just be a lot easier. It's like one of my shortcomings where I have to visualize something in like three stages, but I'm trying to get away from the three stages to two stages, and then eventually, like I said before, to that one stage where it's just all straight out and just drawn, ready to go. And it, like I said, it'll save me so much more time. But my art style, where it's very clean lines, doesn't allow me to do that as much because I have cleaner lines. I can't get away with much stuff. I'm not going to change the way my line art is. Maybe not anytime soon. Maybe in the future, but not anytime soon. I'm not gonna change by the way my line art is because I really like the clean aesthetic that it gives me. But it is a hurdle to overcome when I have such clean lines that I can't just have the your eye or your mind draw the conclusion of where the line ends on where some other comic book artists can have the more sketchier lines and then they don't have to be as like precise. Like my art isn't always precise. There are going to be like some faltering because I'm human and not a fucking machine. But I do want to get to the point where with this style, with this clean line aesthetic, that I could just do that one entire go and then not have to worry about anything else. But yeah, after you finish reading the comic, let me know if you noticed slight differences of the one page and then the rest of the pages. or did you not notice at all and you just liked it overall, or did you hate it? But yeah, I changed Zeph's hairstyle. I wanted him to be more African, uh, and the hairstyle to represent his African nature or black nature, whatever you want to call it. To have more curly hair. That's why I even rewrote some of the pages and added like an extra 10 pages for this chapter to uh, allow him to have that transition more smoothly, and then instead of waiting for later on and then having that transition. Uh, I wouldn't, like I said, I just want to have more representation. He is a African child of sorts, even though it's a fantasy world. I wanted to have that representation for other African kids or African boys that read this in the future to have like some type of person they can relate to. Even though you don't have to have the same skin color or hairstyle to relate to someone, it's just nice to have that representation. But I digress. This video is going to be a little bit shorter because I did have my molar removed. I'm missing a tooth back here, so the longer I talk, the more my mouth starts to hurt over time. So I gotta let that fully heal, and then I'm going in surgery next week to get the rest of it removed because my bone is like infused, and then they cracked the tooth. So there's a piece of the bone still in my jaw. So I'll be going to surgery next week to get that removed, and then I'll be in recovery again. So hope for the best. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on my social media. You'll see an animation playing right now. That animation is going to be changed relatively soon. Once I'm feeling all of the stuff, I will be changing that animation, and you will be coming along with me when I change that animation. I'm also going to be updating my website, and I am going to be making a series out of it. Like my thought process and everything of going into that website, and you're going to be going along with the ride until I finally hit that publish for the new website layout. So follow me on that journey, and don't forget to also follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/EldenDraws. I will be going live more often than not in the near coming future when my mouth is all all healed up and it doesn't hurt when I talk too much. So once again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later. Peace. Bye bye.